108 days is how long one woman was at Community Regional Medical Center fighting for her life from COVID-19. Thanks to the excellent care from the ECMO team at Community Regional, Michelle survived, and after more than 3 months, she was finally able to go home. When Michelle Delgado's 79-year-old father was hospitalized for COVID-19, she didn't know she would be following right behind him.
We brought him on February 19th, and it was really hard because we just had to leave him at the tent because, you know, that's the protocol.
A week later, the teacher from Merced learned she too had COVID-19 and her symptoms were getting bad.
I'll be fine, I'll be fine. Come Saturday, my oxygen levels were so low. I told my son, you got to get me down there.
Michelle ended up in the intensive care unit at Community Regional Medical Center alongside her father, Frank. Dr. Mohammed Fayed explains Michelle had severe respiratory failure.
Respiratory failure meaning the amount of oxygen going to the blood is low. And she was requiring really high amount of oxygen. We call it high flow oxygen. Despite the therapy we give her, she continued to progress. And she went to the ICU and had mechanical ventilation.
Michelle found solace in being near her father in the ICU.
So I was next door to my dad, and we had taught next door to each other for, I want to think, like 18 years at Tenaya in Merced. So I would talk to him through the wall, but I could feel his energy, and I would talk to him, and I would cry like, Dad, you gotta get better. But unfortunately, he didn't make it.
It would be an uphill battle for Michelle to survive. Dr. Fayed says Michelle needed to receive treatment from ECMO when mechanical ventilation didn't work.
ECMO is an artificial lung. It takes the blood from the vein, put oxygen, remove carbon dioxide, and put it back to the patient with catheters.
ECMO stands for extracorporeal membrane oxygenation. It takes a highly specialized team to provide ECMO to a patient, including a cardiothoracic surgeon, pulmonologists, perfusionists, critical care doctors, specially trained nursing staff, respiratory therapists, physical therapists, and more.
My talk to her at the beginning is, are you going to be able to save my life? And I said, yes. And of course, you know, it's a difficult, circumstances when you come to that level of illness.
Michelle's lungs finally started to heal and improve, and she began therapy at the Leon S. Peters Rehabilitation Center. Nurse practitioner Wendy Baker recalls moments with Michelle.
We had some setbacks and just scares where we weren't sure that we were going to be able to get her to where she is today.
With her father's memory beside her, Michelle was able to leave the hospital on the mend and grateful to survive.
And I think my dad gave the last bit of his energy to me so I could fight the battles that were to come while I was in the ICU.